Aries, I know you've been waiting for this reading, and the reason that I waited for you is because this is the most amazing time for a lot of you, probably in your entire life. Welcome to your reading for the month of April. We're going to overlap a little bit of March rolling into April because this is all about the sign of Aries, sun, moon, and rising. So we're going to start off with the actual message that I'm getting, which is like it's going to take a lot of strength and courage for some of you to move forward into this new endeavor, whatever it is that you're doing. The change, this may be moving, it could be starting a new career, it may be just starting life over in general. And let's face it, a lot of people are challenged right now, and it depends on where you live as to the impact, but it's actually global, okay? Just more intense on the North America hemisphere on that side. But Aries, this is all about you being true and authentic to your sign. Wherever Aries is placed in your chart, this is your time right now to step into that leadership role. A leader as far as in a family, as far as in your career. Some of you, this is a leader in society, and others, this may be you leading a platform where you're sharing your story with other people. You have two cards that pulled out for you. We have the Strength card. This is going to take a lot of strength and courage, especially as you head toward the month of August, because between now and August, this is where the change happens. You're preparing. Spring is that new birth. Spring is that energy that you're moving into. And then once that August timeframe comes in, that's when things are really going to change. You're going to know how well you did. Some of you are moving into opportunities that are going to really start grounding you in a financial area, grounding you in where you live. But we're going to take a look right now at different aspects of your chart. So I'm really happy you guys are here. I hope you're doing well, staying safe, and planning and preparing for all of these things that are coming through in your life. We're going to look at family and friends. First, we're going to look at your foundation. That's your money, that's your career, that's where you live, the foundation of everything about you, including yourself. Because a lot of you have gone through so much. And, you know, when I think of Aries, and I have an Aries rising, that's the person you see on camera. That's my Aries rising, okay? That's the part that likes to stand out in the crowd, the part that actually is okay with attention coming your way. And that's what I feel a lot of you have been working at, is creating a foundation where you stand tall and proud. Going back to that beautiful strength card, stand tall and proud is what I heard. Now we do have the card of the Page of Swords, and this is information coming in that's going to lead you into a new opportunity, a new direction. For some of you, it does have to do with the internet. We know air signs, okay, that would represent Gemini, by the way. It has to do with communication. It's time for you to start communicating what you're really meant to do. Now, this can be as your job, if you so please. It can be as something extra that you do. So it doesn't matter where you're at, what age you are, where you are in your life. It matters where your sole purpose is leading you to. And that's what I feel you've been working at. You've had to clear out really awful situations. We're going to look at family and friends in a minute. And some of you, it is in your work environment or the work environment that you may have just recently left, because I feel this big turnaround. I'm seeing 2-3, and I feel for a lot of you that may be 2 to 3 months. Okay, and for some it could be 2 to 3 years. Obviously, it can be any amount of time. But what's really coming through is this power play, where somebody around you may have had a power play. You may have been written up, and that's what this is indicating. You might have been written up, a legal document, okay, and that may have been your exit paper. Some of you resign saying, I was going to say some really bad words. It's like, I'm done. I am out of here. And that is a good thing, and you can feel it. It's like the good feeling of that accomplishment of walking out saying, I'm done. I am not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to deal with these kind of people. I'm not going to do this. It is affecting my foundation. It's affecting my money. It's affecting my home. It's affecting my entire life, where everything shakes. And that's what I see, this bravery and courage. Bravo to those of you who made this change. So clearly, that's not just in the work environment, that's in all areas of life. It depends on what area it was. Who did you say, I'm done to? Who did you say, I quit? Put that in the comments for us because we want to read those messages and go further. Now, what I'm also getting for you guys is this beautiful sense of being calm, but yet there's still a little agitation underneath. Now, mind you, a lot of people are feeling this, and that's why I waited. Sorry, I was going through some stuff and I waited because I could see that it blended from the end of March all the way into April, the end of April, all about you in this Aries season. So happy birthday to those of you who are Aries. There's a new I'm seeing like water trickling down a hill, a lot of greenery. This is you getting back into being grounded in your own environment, finding a location that resonates with you. When we live in different locations, if we are not meant to be there, things will start rumbling. They'll start falling apart until we make the choice to leave that environment. And it can be you've been there for 20 years and had 20 years of bad luck, or we call it bad luck. But once you make this move, your entire life changes. You may not have vibrated with the energy from the ground underneath the home, underneath the house, in the community that you lived in. And I see somebody's making a change. Let us know if that's you. Are you relocating? And did you actually feel the energetic vibration? You don't have to physically be there. If you're very in tune, if you're intuitive, you can do it through a photograph. You can even do it on Google Maps where you're looking and you're zooming in, putting yourself in that picture, and you will know exactly whether or not it feels right to you. So I just feel this big change for you when it comes to your personal life. Now, when it comes to money, I feel some of you, I'm hearing the word stable. Now, that can go either which way. You're trying to get stable or you already are stable. Obviously, there's a positive and a negative twist to that. But for a lot of you, this is overcoming negative situations that actually created this rocky foundation. And I feel this devil, it may have started in the month of December where you decided, I am going to reevaluate my expenses. I'm going to reevaluate no matter how much money you have. This is about being organized and methodical in the way that you are handling all of your financial endeavors, is what I'm hearing. Financial endeavors. So you may be doing great and bringing the money in. You may have stability in that area, but you may be investing incorrectly. Make sure that you are paying very close attention and use a person, if you can, use a person who specializes in the area of investing, okay, whether that's real estate. A lot of you are not doing the brokerages right now, but whatever area it is, could be Bitcoin, whatever it is, use somebody who's very knowledgeable in that industry who can actually help guide you through that whole process. Being more positive in your thinking is what I'm hearing. Some of you may have been going through this negative, everything happens to me. Why does this always happen to me? That's affecting your foundation. That can affect getting opportunities. It can make jobs. It's like energetically, you push that job, you push the money right out the window, you push people away from you. So again, going back to that devil, that is about negativity that has been surrounding you for a long time. Now, we like this card. We've got the King of Wands. When it comes to your foundation, you're stepping into your personal power. This is about you being strong and being an Aries. Whatever direction you want to go, you're going to make it happen. The last 4 years has created change after change. It has created you to go through periods of stagnation, which a lot of people are going through that period right now. All of this has happened so that you can actually move into this new endeavor starting between March and June. Now, this could be putting together a website, not actually opening it up to the public. And for some of you, this is actually finding the location, going through the process of making a move as far as a physical move goes, so that by June, between June and September, that's where the real popping into the communities, popping out into the world is really highlighted in that time. You're going to be standing strong. A lot of you are going to do really well. So if you're stuck in this negative mindset, you probably want to rethink it. Obviously, it's going to be up to you. Now, the card that I'm pulling for you is a guides, all right? The guides are around you. We all have guides. We all have angels, beautiful beings that are around us that help guide us through this process. And it's time for you to utilize them, or some of you already do, and now it's time for you to connect directly to the divine, to the creator. Every single piece of documentation says we have the power to directly connect. That's what I feel a lot of you are going to do, and it's going to be very, very impressively powerful for you. So yay on that. Your foundation needs a little bit of work when it comes to that negativity. So it's time to let that go and move forward. Now we're going to look at family and friends right now, because they may have a lot to do with what you've been through, obviously, right? Before we go on, I do want to say, Reclaim Your Radiance, that is on my Substack. I'll put the link right up here. And that program starts on the 25th, where you're rejuvenating, and it's a 30-day. Each day I pop something in there for you. So getting back to your family and friends, I honestly feel these are people. I feel that you've been dealing with somebody, Gemini we all can have a duo personality. But in the tarot, the card is representing, and it's just paper, right? But this paper is representing the back and forth energy of the divine masculine within and the inner divine feminine. So some of you have been going back and forth with somebody who I feel they go back and forth in their own mind, and it creates this negativity around you. So this may be blocking you in your foundation. Remember, if we're dealing with negative people, negative situations, or in the wrong environment, in the wrong job, not pulling from authenticity as we interact with these people, it can completely wreak havoc on every aspect of your life. So I'm not going to say it's a Gemini or a Capricorn, but I am going to say that it's somebody who has that energy of earth and air. All right. Now, for another group of you, you have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles, as you already understand this message right here, this is about family, that we're talking about family. But I feel you may have been looking at a family reunion for some of you. This is and it comes right underneath the Page of Swords and the Devil card. This may very well be that family member. That's just confirmation. Okay, the cards follow me, whatever I'm seeing or hearing for you. Now, I feel for some of you, this is a really big time for you to make a decision if you're going to continue to be involved with those people, or you're going to move into a new environment. I am seeing some of you relocate. You're going to pack your bags and you're going to move, whether it's from one side of your country to the other, and some of you are going to move to a different country. But there is a big change coming. I feel this is letting me know that you're moving away from these people that have been holding you back and decreasing your powerful energy. Aries, you are amazing. You are powerful people. And when you talk, people listen. But if you're not coming from being authentic, they may turn their head and leave. And that's what I see this family is doing to you. Some of you, this may be an inheritance from somebody who just recently passed away. But I feel there's some trickery going on. I'm going to say that word. I don't usually say that word, but it's like tricks, okay? So be very, very careful if there is an inheritance, if there is a property that is being sold, that's through the family, that you're part of it. Watch your back, okay? Watch your back, especially if you're dealing with a female and a male, all right? Now, it's going to vary from person to person. This is a general reading, but pay attention to what you're dealing with. For another group of you, look at this. Oh, you really beautiful. These are actually very good cards when it comes to your family and friends. You're creating a new community of people who they're going to love you, and you're going to feel the same way about them. This is a really big bonding time for you guys. creating new soul families. Now, you may have a couple of your other family members coming in, but for a lot of you, this is brand new. You're moving to a brand new place. You're moving to a brand new job. You just quit your job. You're starting new in one direction or another, and it is going to create joy and celebration. This is you really combining energies with people around you. And although this is you and two other people, it's not a male or a female, but it's definitely falls in line with this family over here where I feel there was a lot of gossip going on. Remember, these go positive and negative, all right? Reverse is gossip. This is celebration. And I feel that's what you were dealing with when it comes to that family. But this new one's not going to be like that. This is a community that you're going to be able to be heard. I'm seeing a table of people where there's a lot of people sitting around. There's some sitting behind in chairs. Almost looks like a conference table. And you're taking the lead and you're talking and people are listening to you. You want to make sure that you are of clear mind, a healthy bodies, that's your mental body, your emotional body, your physical body, and your spiritual body. Because whatever you are saying, people are going to listen to you. They're actually going to hear you. So if you're steering them in the wrong direction, it's going to create a ricochet and a negative effect. These people are going to love you. The new community around you is going to love you. These people are going to be wonderful. You have the 10 of Cups. This is happy home, happy family life. And that's what I mean. You're creating and you're moving into a community that is going to be very, very good for you, very healthy for you. Now, I hope that that helps you, especially for those of you who have been alone for a while, 3-4 years, 3 to 4 years. If you've been alone, you've got big change coming in, and you're going to start off meeting one or two people, and these two people are going to introduce you to communities. This may have a lot to do with the art, okay, with art, with artwork, creations, creativity, something that you're very passionate about. What are you passionate about? That's part of your soul purpose. Put that in the comments. Remember, taking action is what changes the energy around you. And we interconnect in these readings. So what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about, I don't know, starting a new business? Are you passionate about starting a new and getting a friend, romance, whatever it is? We're going to look at that in just a minute. Unheard truth. There's something about your family. There's an unheard truth that's going to be revealed to some of you in this next month, in this next 30 days before the end of April. This unheard truth, maybe them talking. Remember when I said gossip? I feel it may have a direct correlation where they talk about you behind your back rather than to your front. And that is what's going to push you into making choices and decisions. So in the month of March itself, which we're still in March as I record this video, is all about making a choice. If you don't make the choice, it'll be made for you. It's like the divine's going to come in and say, oh, baby, you didn't choose? Okay, we're going to push you this way. Whether you like it or not, here comes everything that goes with that direction. So it's being in control without being controlling, saying this is what I want. That's how you manifest. Okay, manifest is a mindset. And when we understand the mind creates that green light to turn green, it pushes the family members away. That's where I feel a lot of you are going to become very, very powerful when it comes to the family dynamic of either getting out of one or merging into a new one. And it's going to be really, really amazing. We have the Three of Wands, planning and preparing, again, indicating some of you are going to be relocating, and it's going to be very good. And that's where you're going to meet your new people, okay? One or more. This is going to be very good for you. Threes are going to be very significant in the month for you. Threes, it's not 9, it's not 7, all right? It's not about intelligence, and it's not about a full ending. It's actually about using your intuition and making these changes. watching your back as you go forward. Now let's take a look at your romantic situation for those of you who are in a relationship, those of you who are single, and some of you, this has nothing to do with it. It's like you're doing good on your own. You don't want anybody. But I feel for some of you, you're actually getting ready to meet someone. You have the World card. This is travel. If you're getting ready to travel, if you are touring, even in your local community, there is going to be somebody that stands out to you, somebody that really draws your attention, and they're going to look at you and say, Aries, whoa, okay, that's Aries. I really want to get to know you. This isn't like going on those stupid dating sites where you get a lot of people that are so fake. It's not like that at all. This is about a real person who sees the real person in you. And it's going to be beautiful. And this is really weird. I'm usually normally guided to start with the couples, but this is somebody who is single and available. All right. Whether you're looking or not, this is going to happen. Because you see the world from a different angle, you're understanding why every aspect of those relationships that you've been through, you had to go through them. You had to go through them to build your confidence up for this exact time frame. That's how big this year of 2025 is, especially right now. This is the birth of you, the birth of new relationships. And if you join my membership, I'm changing the whole platform, guys. I'm actually going to be posting videos twice a month and putting them in the membership. And I'm starting a new membership where we're going to go in deep on tarot, on intuitive abilities, and so much more when it comes to you as a person. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that. Check out the membership. You know, the new community that I'm talking about may very well be where you meet this person, okay? Whether they're the one that introduces you to the new community or you meet them through that new community. It can be any kind of community, but it's going to be very, very big deal. Now, those of you who are in a relationship, there's some heartache going on, some heartache, okay? You may be dealing with somebody who's very, very stubborn, maybe even a fellow Aries or a Leo for some of you. But there's this energy of, I want it my way. I don't want to change, and you can't make me. They may be very childlike, even though they're super intelligent. They may be actually childlike in the way that they handle the relationship with you. Some of you are pulling your power back and saying, I am done. Going right back to the family, going right back to the beginning of this reading with the foundation. I am so done being treated this way. I don't want this anymore. It doesn't feel right. I love you, but I do not like what you're doing to me. And therefore, I love myself above you. And you may be walking away from this relationship, serving them with papers, getting documentation ready for those of you in this relationship. Now, I do see that for some of you, you're going to stay. You're going to stay in the relationship. You're not going to leave, but you're going to be very unhappy. And I get that. But others of you, this whole thing, the empowered self, whether you choose to stay or you choose to go, is creating passion inside of you. If you choose to stay, you're going to start doing things for you. To heck with you, I'm going to do what I want to do. End of discussion. You're going to ignore them. You're talking to a deaf ear here, okay? Now, one of the videos coming up is going to be talking about the actual spiritual journey and what it has to do with narcissism and all of those toxic, unhealthy relationships. That's coming in the future. You'll see that soon. But this whole journey is about creating this excitement within you. And that's what I feel is going to happen. You're just like, I am doing it my way. I went through that in my life, and you can't feel more empowered than that when you're like, it doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't hurt me. Okay. That's what I feel you're going to do. Now, it doesn't mean the relationship is horrible or extremely toxic, but I do feel it's stuck, and it's been stuck for 7. I'm seeing 7. That can be 7 months, but I feel it's actually more like 7 years for this group of you. Now, for another group of you, those of you who are single, not interested, not looking, you got a brand new beginning where you are moving forward in your authentic self. And remember, The whole reading is about you being authentic. This card represents everything in this reading, talking about you, Aries, and how you're going to move through this part of March, the end of March, going into the entire month of April. But it's going to go so much further than that. Some of you may actually bump into somebody who is going to give you a proposition, and that proposition is going to be an opportunity that has nothing to do with a relationship. So it may be helping you find a hotel, okay? If you're in a different country, like I'm here in Spain, I don't speak the language, but yet we talk back and forth, right? It's like they talk to me. Their dogs always come up. We sit there and we talk because it's so beautiful here, and I love every minute of it. But this may be a communication barrier between you and this person where you don't speak the same language. That may even be you do speak the same language where you're from. Okay, you both speak that language, but you're in different areas of life. You don't see things eye to eye. There's a coming together where you're going to see something in them that makes you realize that's in me too. Okay. Oh my God, I like that too. And you're going to feel this connection with them. So I don't mean that one is more superior than the other. I don't mean that there's any kind of divide like that. It's just like, you may come from, let's just use work. You're in real estate and they do architecture. So there is a parallelism there, even though it's not direct. But what you didn't know is they actually go in and they build the houses too, bringing it really together. That may be a poor example, but I hope that makes sense to you. Now, overall, in general, I'm being guided to tell you guys that this is the month that you've been waiting for. Again, in the beginning, when I said your entire life, this is really a big deal for our Aries. Had I given you that information in the beginning of March, it'd be gone. We go through these videos so quickly that we oftentimes forget what's coming through. And this has got to be very impactful because this is by far the biggest month for you that probably since I have been here on YouTube, which we're moving close to 8 years here. The card that came out for you is truth. All right. Dig deep. Look for the truth in your own situation. But really, what it is dig deep and find your authentic self so you can step into this beautiful, empowered you. You are not to be messed with when you are in your full divine energy. Your divine energy comes directly from source. We use the guides, the guidance, we use tarot only to get us so far, and the rest has to be us connected, mind, body, and spirit with the divine. That's what I see a lot of you are doing, and that's what I'm being guided to tell you. It's beautiful. You do what you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what I'm hearing to tell you. The other card that came out is love. Okay, love. Now, some of you are going to meet a Cancer, and Cancer's got a really special reading this month too, and that one will be posted right around the time I post this. It's not just any kind of love, it's unconditional love. Learning the art of unconditional love is one of the biggest assets that we can have. We live in a world that is filled with judgment. People are cruel to each other, especially the people that we love. They place expectations, they judge us, they make fun of us, and they actually can hurt us, sometimes unintentionally and sometimes intentionally. But when we look at the word love in the world, many of us were brought up underneath the window, if you love me, you'll do it this way. Where unconditional love is, I love you so much, I'm not going to try to change you. You're a narcissist, I love you so much, I'm not going to try to change you. But I will not have you in my life. Going back to the reading in the beginning, where I'm talking about family, you're going to make a decision to walk away because they may put boundaries on you. Friends may put some restrictions on you. They may actually tell you that everything is conditional. I feel some of you are around some really toxic people. You may be alone, but they may have been coming through in your dream state. Over the last 3 to 4 months, the energy's been very, very heavy, and they're saying, look through the dream, Whatever you've been dreaming of, the person. I heard my son say, "Hey, mom." I was like, "Where the hell? Where'd that come from?" Right? You may have seen them in a dream, heard them in your head. See what that actually represents. If there's forgiveness that's needed, forgive the situation. It doesn't mean pick up the phone and call them if they hurt you. If you hurt them, then you can reach out to them. Unconditional love comes from an heart space. Heart space is what everything is all about, the heart. Everything stems from the heart space, and it's unconditional love. Just because I love you doesn't mean I have to be around you. Aries, you are literally going to be dynamic as you move forward. Remember, unconditional love. I love you, but I love you from afar. So, you guys, I look forward to seeing your messages, and I hope this helps you have a wonderful beginning of spring. Again, happy birthday.